What do you say?
Welcome to Right Farms. Welcome to Right Farms.
Hi guys, welcome back to Right Farms. My name is Jessica. Today we're working on this is going to be a part 2 to our bone broth video. In the last video I made a big batch of bone broth using our chicken bones, and I made it in our instant pot that I'm still getting used to, but it turned out really good. And so if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it at the end, and I'll put it in the description. But this video, we're gonna actually can it. This is the second batch I made. The first batch actually, it made 3 jars, but one of the jars busted in the canner. So I'm hoping for better luck with this batch. Yeah, and I had to start over. I had to dump all the water out of the pressure canner and fill it back up because it was just full of broth. So hoping for better luck with this one. We're gonna start out. I already strained the broth from my second batch, and so now it's in a pot, and I'm going to bring it to not quite a boil. You don't want it to boil because what we're gonna do is we're gonna skim the top. There's gonna be like a white foam that comes to the top when it starts getting really warm and it starts kind of moving around a little bit, and a white foam's gonna come to the top, and we're gonna skim it off, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna skim off all the impurities and kind of yucky stuff that's in there that we don't want in our cans of bone broth. And so in the next clip you'll see me doing that. I'm outside right now filming this part because the kids are loud inside. But yeah, you don't want to get them to a boil, because when it starts boiling, when it starts rolling, it just puts that impurities back in it. Everything starts moving too much, and it starts rolling back into itself. And so you just want to get it to almost a simmer. And yeah, so here it is. Okay, so, we got our pot here with our broth. I got it all. Hello, visitor. Pawpaw's at work. Say bye.
Bye.
Okay, go play. Go play. Okay, as I was saying, we got our broth. And now what I want to do is separate the fat from it, because it's not that great for when you're canning. It's the fat's pretty good for if you just want to drink it, because I mean, it's a good fat. But for canning, it's not quite ideal. So I have this fat separator. I got it off Amazon. I'll put a link in the description to where I got it. But hold on, let's put some water in it. But what it is it's got an extra strainer, but we don't really need that right now. But what we're gonna do is it has a little stopper, and you put it in, and I'm gonna ladle the broth into it. You have to have this in when you put it, or it's not gonna separate the fat. But what I'm gonna do is I'll ladle the broth into it, and once it gets however high, I'll take the stopper out, and then I'll pour it straight into the jars. I already got the jars sanitized. They're sitting over here. I have put them in the pressure canner for a little while and got them sanitized and warmed. So they're ready to use, and we'll get it to it. Another way, now that I think about it, another way you can separate the fat, which this is what I did for the first batch, because I cooked the first batch last night, but I wasn't going to can it until today. So I went ahead and ladled it all into jars, or you could just keep it in the pot, and I popped it in the fridge overnight. In the morning, all the fat will have settled to the top, and you can just scrape it off and throw it out. Or you can keep it. I think some people keep it to cook. But yeah, so that's another way to do it. If kind of doing it over 2 days, or but if you want to do it the same day, cut out a whole overnight process. This is really great. I think some people call it, a lot of people I think use it for making gravy, but I don't. But anyways, here we go. wanted to show you. You see how you can barely see it, but there's a thin layer of fat going right there. And so when I pour it out, once that thin layer gets where it's about to come out the spout, then I'll just stop and I'll dump it out. But I've had it before where it's been much thicker. This isn't the greatest example because it's super thin, but. So I got all of those done. Really I got these 3 done. This one is not quite full, so I might just throw a top on that and throw in the fridge for, I don't know, something we make in the next week or so, or I can drink it through the week, just whatever I feel like. So I'm probably just gonna set that one aside. And then I got my lids sterilized. I threw them in some water and just boiled them for a minute so they're sterilized. And now we will put the lids on and get them into the pressure canner. Okay, so got it sealed, and now all we're gonna do is let it start steaming. It has, if you haven't pressure canned before, it has this little thing right here, and the steam is gonna start coming out of it. And once you, once the steam starts coming out of it, big time, once you know it starts steaming, you wait 10 minutes, and then there's a little, this stopper we're going to put over it, and that'll keep the pressure in, that'll build the pressure. And once we start building pressure, we will wait until this gauge comes to right at the top of 10 pounds of pressure. And once it hits 10 pounds of pressure, since they're quart jars, we'll let them sit in there for 25 minutes. If they were pints, we would do 20 minutes. And then we could stop it and let it naturally release for a while until it's good to go. So now we gotta wait on that. Okay, we hit 10 pounds of pressure, and so I don't know if you can see that, it might be backwards, but 25 minutes and it'll be ready to. Okay, we're back. Pressure canner's done. Kids are in bed. It's like 8:30. I can breathe. So this has been sitting for a little while because we'll be getting the kids to bed and everything. So it's done depressurizing, and now we're gonna open it up and we're gonna see how everything turned out. So fingers crossed. We did hear a pop earlier in the living room while we were sitting around, so hopefully nothing's broken. We're gonna see. You gotta be careful because it's still really hot. Okay. So I'm gonna be really careful. Open it up. Make sure you open it away from you because I don't know how much steam is gonna come out. Get some water out. Okay. Ooh, that was loud. I'm trying to be quiet because people are not asleep, but laying down. Okay. You gotta be careful. That one looks good. Second one looks good. You see it? Let's see. I'm thinking it's good because I don't smell any broth yet. Oh, look at that. I was a little worried. But they all look great. Oh, I have a really pretty color to them. Hold on, I'll show you. I don't know if you can tell, but the color on them is so pretty. These are the ones I made earlier today. I guess the color is about the same, but they're so pretty. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I got it done. We got 5 beautiful cans of chicken bone broth over there, and I'm so excited to get them in the pantry and be able to use them for some more things. We ran out. I was a little sad, so I'm excited to get some more in there, and hopefully I can make some more again soon, next time we cook a chicken for whatever. Anyways, I'm glad I could get it done. I really just started learning how to can this last year. My mom started teaching me a bunch of stuff last summer now that we're growing our own chickens, and we've been doing the gardens, and so it's been really nice. It's been really nice to learn. And it does take a while, like I said. It's I just got the kids to bed, and it's really taken me all day, but it's really easy. It's not hard, and it just takes a little bit of time, but it's worth it in my opinion. Like, if I have to choose a day where I know I'm gonna be home most of the day, but it's just little steps here and there. And so, anyways, but it's worth it, especially knowing where it comes from, what chickens. How the chickens' lives were, exactly what's put into the broth. I think it's super worth it. And like I said, if you want to go back to the video where I made the bone broth in the Instant Pot, I'll link it. And if you like this video, let me know. If you can, let me know what things do you like to can. Do you can bone broth? Do you make bone broth? Yeah, what things do you can? Let me know. I'd love to hear. I love to hear new suggestions, and let me know what you think. Subscribe if you like it, and yeah, so thank you so much.
Well, live